Hello, everybody. Jay Real here with his sister Kathy, and it's been a while since we've done a daytime show. It's 1 o'clock our time, and so I thought, well, let's do some catching up, see if there's anybody watching or anybody that's going to watch, and catch up with Kathy and just hang out. No real subject for these shows other than just sort of hanging out and talking about whatever we feel like talking about, or if anyone is watching and comments. And so, anyway, what's up with you, sis?
Hi. Well, I didn't actually go down yet and pay my rent, but they're open till 5. I can walk down there, and it's about 500 feet from my apartment, so it ain't that far. It's a good little jaunt there and back. Other than that, I've been watching. I've been doing a little crochet. I've been watching Netflix and HBO, and just biding my time till Landman 2 comes to us in November.
You might want to. I think it's on Hulu. Do you have Hulu?
Not anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. It might be on HBO Max. The Monkey. You might do some searching. See if you can find The Monkey.
Okay.
That's a fun movie. It's based on a Stephen King short story, and it's a horror movie, but it's also funny because and it's kind of a comedy horror movie.
Yeah.
The Monkey. So
The Monkey.
but I enjoyed The Monkey.
Yeah.
And anything that's based on Stephen King, I'll at least check it out. They don't always do a good job, but I think they did a good job with The Monkey. And it's directed by the same guy who did Long Legs.
I love Long Legs.
Yeah, it's by that same director, Osgood Perkins, who is Anthony Perkins' son.
Son, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
So, but yeah, he did Long Legs, and he's got another one coming out, but I forget the title of it. But yeah, Long Legs. I mean, The Monkey. So.
The Monkey. Well, I remember when you called just to ask if I want, if I felt like doing a show list today. I said, well, yeah, let's do one. It's been a minute. I asked you, and I'd like you to talk a little bit about The Last Walk. Because
it's another Stephen King story that it's basically, I don't know, it's in the future, I guess, and it's a contest where you have to get on the road and walk.
Team.
And if you stop walking, they shoot you dead. And it continues until there's one person left, and that person, I guess, gets to live for one thing. I don't know if they get a lot of money or other things, but they get to live. That's the main thing. And the long walk. So there you go.
Well,
I do want to see it.
I saw the previews of it, and I don't know if it's now already hit or coming soon to the theaters. And I don't go to hardly any theater movies. I wait till it comes out and try to, get it on one of the streaming networks. But I might have to go see that. It looks mighty good. The trailer.
I definitely want to check it out. Yeah. Been talking to Brandon, and I think he's dealing with some things his way. He said it may be like October before I get to see him again. We saw Jaws on the big screen, my favorite movie.
There you go.
It was great because it was a new print. Steven Spielberg introduced it at the very beginning. Says, this is a remastered print of Jaws, and that's its 50th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded great and looked great, and the seats vibrated, which when it happened on the screen, the seats would jerk and move. And it was great. Yeah, just a great experience. And also Texas Chainsaw Massacre, saw that. This movie Weapons, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I want to see that too. That's the one I want to see.
Saw the new Naked Gun movie. And so anyway, yeah, been enjoying movies at the theater, but it may be a little while longer before I get to do that again.
Yeah.
But whatever he's got going his way. But and you guys that are checking out my evening shows, the last couple of shows, I've been joined by Mormo of Mormo Zine. And
two words, Mormo Zine, Z-I-N-E.
Mormo, yeah, Z-I-N-E.
Follow his channel. I did. He's got some really cool stuff on there.
He just sort of hangs out, on his channel. He said, well, I need to go shopping. I need to go get some groceries. He loves burnt potato skins. So he goes to Dollar Tree and gets his potato skins. But he likes to burn them. He likes them crispy and burnt. That's the way he likes his potato skins. But anyway, Mormo goes way back. Man, I've been watching Mormo stuff for close to 15 years, if not longer. And he did a little a short film that we put on one of our Chester Grimm shows, Mormo. Cool. So, but anyway, yeah, the last show I did was just with Mormo, but Brandon wasn't able to join me. So it was me and Mormo talking about movies we'd like to see on the big screen and stuff like that, stuff that he wanted to talk about. But yeah, y'all guys go check that out and go join his channel, Mormo Zine. Because yeah, he's an old guy and he goes way back and he just does a little bit of everything. He'll do food reviews. He's an artist. He does these little square cards of artwork that he does that
it's really nice.
He sells them on eBay and it's really good stuff. So yeah, go check out Mormo Zine and check out our show, the show I did with Mormo. So
yeah, I'm still catching up on some of his stuff that's been, his older stuff. In other words, I'm watching some more of that. And he and I had a brief interaction. I made a comment on one of his. I made a comment on one of his streams, and he replied, "Well, thank you." I said, "I joined your channel." He said, "Well, thank you." And then I replied, "I'm J Real's sister," because I have to put it in perspective because people don't know who I am. I don't have a name out in the horror, world, and that's where most people, gravitated to Jay, because knowing he's a writer, director, actor. He don't like his acting, but I do. But anyway, and he said, I have a problem sometimes telling people about my art, explaining to them. I said, just tell them it's art therapy. I do a lot of paper art, and that's what it is. I enjoy doing it. It's relaxing, but his is marketable. Mine's not. Mine's for me, Nana. But yeah. And he goes, that's great. I never thought to do that. And I thought, okay. So I hope that I helped, with that. And I said, and I think if you try to give somebody something, they think there's something up with that. I was here. I'd like you to have this. Why? I was at a thrift store, and there's a lady, and I run into her every now and then. And, while I'm out, I don't go out a whole lot because I'm very much, as I've gotten older, I've turned into an introvert. I got my little fortress built, and I'm happy, and I'm alone, and moving and grooving, But when I do have to put on clothes to go out into the world, I like to go to a thrift store. I like to go to my library. My library is my Disneyland with the coffee shop and the bookstore in it and everything. It's really, really nice. And of course, internet. If you want to hop on a laptop, they got a bunch of laptops you can get on. But anyway, I'm just, I just stated it myself. Well, this lady walked up to me. There's a local thrift store I like to go to, and it's hard to get good titles in there. But every now and then, you'll find a Stephen King or my neighbor. She collects Daniel Steele, but she really kind of wants hardbacks. Well, they're paperbacks 75 cents, hardbacks $2. So I don't often get her a hardback, and she's already got most of them, right? Well, anyway, this lady walked up to me with this little clear baggie, right, with the drawstring. It was real pretty, little bag. And she said, here. And she said, I want to give you a couple of baby Jesus. And they're little bitty rubber, little bitty rubber Jesus, a grown Jesus, not the baby Jesus. Anyway, and they're so cute. I said, how did you? I said, thank you. And then, of course, there's an inspirational card, Psalm, and I can't remember what it said, but any card in there too. And she said, yeah, I just wanted to spread a little kindness. And I looked at her kind of funny. I said, well, you're in the minority on that these days, so God bless you. And she said, thank you. And she paddled on off. I mean, they don't want nothing sometimes from you. They want to bless you. Let them, why? So she said, I can't get too many people to interact with me. They're like, no, no, no. Well, they think you want money. I think you're trying to sell them something. Anywhere you are, if you come up and try to give somebody something. But anyway, I just thought, well, I'm a firm believer in karma. Good and bad.
Me too.
And pay it forward. If you can do something for somebody, do it. If you can't, then, charity starts at home. Take care of yourself, your own self, your bills, your food, your shelter, clothing, whatever. But
I believe that too. I believe if you do good, you get good.
Well, Daddy always did good for people for all of our life, as long as he had his little store going, and it came back to him. We had him till he was 76, and I'm a firm believer. Somebody with such a weak heart, was here longer because he did good for others.
There is a guy that, my neighbor, Tommy Wright, his driveway is so narrow that if he has anyone that needs to deliver something or something like that, they usually come here to my house to deliver it. And he had his riding mower worked on. And so Tommy brought his riding mower to be picked up. The man picked it up and he dropped it off yesterday here at the house or in the driveway here. And he saw me outside. He goes, "Hey, Mr. Real, you're JC's son." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh man, I want to tell you, I just love JC. We used to trade with him. He used to buy parts from us, and just thought the world of JC." And he said, "Whatever happened to that big old saw blade that used to be hanging between the two trees?" I said, "The guy used to go to school with me, Heath Smith, bought that. He gave me $100 for it, and he's got it hanging up in like a barn or something like that. He really cleaned it up, and he hung it up.
I think it's like his workshop,
something like that. He hung it up because he was, he's, oh man, I remember your daddy. And so, yeah, I have a lot of people that speak highly of Daddy and just, buying stuff from the store and just coming to visit him and things like that, so
yeah. Yeah, you don't know what kind of impression you make on somebody not really trying, right? Till somebody else tells you. And that means a lot. Sorry, the weather's going kind of cool in the morning, hot still.
Yeah, I think it's like in the upper 80s, low 90s. Sunday, there's a good chance of rain for us Sunday.
Yeah.
And then that'll bring the temperatures down some too. Because it's September 3rd. And so it's that time of year where things go up and down. Because we're eking into fall.
We're not there yet.
But we're not quite done with summer yet. So yeah, September is that back and forth month where, it'll be cool at night and hot during the day. And then we'll have some rain and cool things off again. And then it'll get hot again. But September is that transition month.
It's kind of like up and down and up and down and up and down. And my family has 2 birthdays this month. September 12th is Jay's. There we go. It's Jay's. And the 18th is my granddaughter Dot, and she will be 11.
Oh my God. That blows me away. 11 years old. And how old do you say John's going to be on his next birthday?
Oh, in April the 3rd, 2026, he's going to be 13 years old. He'll be.
Shut the fuck up.
He'll be a teenager.
Oh my God. Well, you bringing up my birthday, that kind of leads me to wanting to say something to you guys out there. It's kind of I want to lecture y'all a little bit.
Oh no.
See me, because our last couple of shows, I've been wearing a shirt, kind of showing look at that damn chest. I'll be 60 in 9 days, boring accidents. Look at that damn chest. And look at the muscles. That was a picture that I used for this show. Look at the muscles. Now, the reason why I bring that up, the reason why I brag on that, is because I'll be 60 in 9 days. And I'm seeing, going to the grocery store, going to Walmart, going out, I'm seeing people my age, even younger. They're riding in them damn carts at Walmart. They're fat. They look, they may be in their 50s. They look like they're in their 60s. They're overweight. It doesn't have to be that way. You guys need to take care of yourself. You people that are my age, people that are even, my best friend passed away a few years ago. He had type 2 diabetes and his kidneys failed and everything because he was overweight, didn't take care of himself. Man, come on. Because like I say, look at here, nearly 60 years old. Look at that chest. Look at the muscles I'm showing. I'd only bring that up because it's possible. You don't have to look like you're about to step into the grave at 60 years old or 50 years old or whatever. But I'm seeing it all the time. People in their 50s and even younger than me that look like they're 10, 15 years older than me because they just let themselves go to pot. And here's the thing. It doesn't really take a whole lot to take care of yourself. Because I don't eat that great. I eat ice cream. I eat cheeseburgers. I eat burritos and crap. It ain't so much what you eat, it's how much of it you eat, and find some sort of exercise that you can do. I do what I call dips, where I raise myself up and down on this equipment that someone gave me a few years ago. I walk, just a simple walk. Go for a 30-minute walk. You'll be amazed how good you feel. Anyway, that's my lecture. Because I'm seeing there's so many people in my graduating class. I graduated in 1984 that are dead and gone. And there's some things that you can't prevent. There's cancer and things like that. I understand. But there are a lot of things you can't prevent. Heart disease, diabetes.
Mine's hereditary.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people get diabetes because they're overweight, and they get that type 2 diabetes because they're overweight. They don't take care of themselves. Anyway, I'm done with my lecture. But come on, guys.
Let me tell you, Jay. Now there are some people that have the obese gene, and they really cannot help it. Okay,
I say, well, I said that, Kathy, is that there are some things you can't help, but there's a lot that you can help.
What I was getting at is I agree with you. Vices that people have, smoking and drinking alcohol, especially beer, it seems like pups people, you know what I mean? But you and I do not have either one of those vices. You drink a beer once every so many years. You know what I'm saying?
Brandon's been giving me beer, so I've been drinking those beers on my show.
But it's not something that's been a regular part of your life.
3 beers and I'm shit-faced because I don't drink. Yeah, 3 beers and I'm gone. I remember after that show before last, I had to drink 3 beers. And when I stood up, I was staggering. Shit, 3 beers. But
lightweight.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, take care of yourselves, because I just think there's people that think, not everybody, but there's some people that think that when you get to be around my age, it's just part of life.
It's not.
Your body starts to shut down. You just, you put on weight. Your body starts. That's just what happens. That's just no.
It doesn't have to be.
Look at that. 60 years old right here.
And he was.
Look at the muscles I'm showing.
To a few years ago, he was a little bit skinny man.
And I maybe do at most an hour of exercise whenever I do it. I exercise pretty much every day, but I don't spend 2 or 3 hours at it or anything, because I ain't Schwarzenegger or nothing showing my muscles, but for a 60-year-old man, pretty good. Now we've got some comments here. Sam Gloves is here. Hey, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Uh, and he says my channel is about gloves, and I like to stay and watch the live
I
stream.
follow your channel.
Wear disposable gloves, disposable plastic gloves, rubber gloves, cleaning gloves, surgical gloves on both hands. Uh, I don't think I have any gloves that I could put on for you, Sam. Uh, uh, I don't think I do. Not here in the house. I would have to go and dig around in the building out there to
Well,
find some gloves for you.
I follow your channel and I've watched a lot, Sam, of your videos. Enjoy your gloves, man. That's a good thing. I keep surgical gloves because I put them on if I'm mixing hamburger meat, you know what I'm saying? Or packaging hamburger meat in smaller increments after I've gone to the grocery store, since it's just me. And I put them on to go. I keep a box of 50 disposable gloves at all times because I put them on when I'm going to take my trash out because I don't like touching my trash can lids and my recycle lids. I just don't. So I like gloves too.
Well, yeah, like I say, and if I had some, I'd put them on for you. And Texas is here. Hey, Texas.
Hi,
And
Texas.
women love gloves. Texas says. So,
Heck yeah, we do. I got some nice winter gloves. I hadn't worn them. I got them for Christmas last year, but I got some nice winter gloves. My daughter and son-in-law gave me. I can't wait to. I'm gonna wear them. I sure am. I appreciate you following me on Facebook, Texas. I really lost a little part of identity when my channel went down, but I had to close it. I mean, I think you may already heard me say, but I had an undesirable distant relative that started stalking me on my channel, and to protect myself, but more so my grandkids and my daughter and son-in-law, I had to shut it down. And that's sad because I was enjoying talking to y'all. I was.
he had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea, Kathy. He says.
Yeah. And I still get the alerts when you're going live. Sometimes I go in like a bump on the log and watch a little bit of y'all, even if I don't interact. No, if it wasn't for you, Texas, I wouldn't have had the 150 following I had when I shut it down. But yeah, it wasn't just a stalker, it was a dangerous stalker. And I know who would stalk this old woman, right? Somebody that means cruel intentions. That's what it is. So I got to protect mine. So I had to shut it down.
But he says he appreciates that.
Yeah. You were such a big supporter. I just want to give you a shout out. Thank you. Because
Thanks for jumping in, Texas. And we go back pretty far, Texas, man. Even back when I was doing this stuff with Dana, you would step in sometimes. So it's nice to see. So what do you, as far as movies, TV shows, or whatever, what have you been watching lately?
Well, I watched an Al Pacino. I thought it was going to be more of a love story than it was. It's called Maglehorn. I think it was on YouTube. And he was a Asian locksmith that, that had a loveless life that left him. And anyway, his love interest is Holly Hunter. And it kind of dragged a little bit, but I liked it, Manglehorn. That was his last name, the locksmith. So that's why it was named that.
I've never seen it. I don't even think I've heard of that. So
I hadn't either. And I'm flipping through YouTube movies, But let's talk about it real quick. I'm going to tell you something else about movies. You know how sometimes you want to watch an older movie, but you're like, I'm not going to pay $4.99 to watch that movie. Well, is it HBO or Max? I think it's Max has brought back Misery, just added. 1990 Misery. And that's one of mine and Jay's one of our favorite movies. So anyway,
Kathy Bates, who's Matlock now.
and James Caan.
Yeah, and James Caan.
Yeah, and HBO. Yeah.
The infamous hobbling scene that everyone will do.
Well, they got it as PG-14 because of violence. It said, well, you know, she kills a sheriff and all that. She does a lot. So, yeah. But anyway, and then I have seen this and I watch it every now and then. I put it on just because. Have you ever watched a series and then you think, well, I'm just going to rewatch it, and you see something different just about every time? Yeah. Well, I like Mindhunter, right? 2 seasons, Netflix, came out in 2019. Late 70s, 2 FBI agents expand into criminal science, which had never been done. You know, they're like, well, okay, we'll give you, okay, we're going to let you do it. You get the basement, right? But they're out in the field, they're on the road a whole lot. They're delving into the psychological. See, it's been a while since I've been on psychologic of murder by going to the prisons and interviewing mass murderers. And they put one agent started doing it, a younger guy, and the older guy's like, I'll go golfing. I don't care nothing about this. But then he saw where they're learning a lot. What they're trying to do is prevent serial killers in the future. If they can figure out pretty quick what happened, maybe they can prevent more people from being killed, right? But you mean this was in the 70s, late 70s, okay? And then they'll put these guys in a room. But the other guy kind of caught on and said, yeah, I'll do it. And it's the best, Texas. And so I know I want them to bring it back so bad. I have to rewatch that one. It's kind of like an old movie to me. I rewatch them. But anyway, there's 2 seasons of it. And they put him in a room, and just the guys walked in there that did all this murdering, and they're sitting there interviewing him. They tape recorded and stuff. It's scary, okay? It's very suspenseful, but it's so good. So if you hadn't seen Mindhunter on Netflix, you got to give it. It's very riveting.
Well, I got in the mood last night to watch Terrifier 2, so I watched Terrifier 2 again. I think it's been the 3rd, 4th time I've seen it. Of course, Art the Clown, you know, you guys out there that are fans of Art the Clown. He's an evil, sort of demonic clown that can't be killed, no matter, you know. So be interesting to see what happens in Terrifier 4, if they're going to close it, if he's going to finally be defeated in some way. But he cut his head off, he comes back, and can't do it, can't kill Art the Clown. But Terrifier 2 so far is my favorite. I like Terrifier 3. Terrifier 1 is kind of a proof of concept. There's not really much plot in it. It's just this clown killing women and people. But 2, I think Art is scary in 2. In 3, he's more comedic. He's dressed like Santa Claus. There you have the goriest kills ever is in those Terrifier films. And that bedroom scene in Terrifier 2 where Art is ripping this girl apart. He rips her scalp off, and he stabs her in the back, and he rips her arm off, and oh, good God.
Sounds like a fun first date.
If you like that kind of stuff, then yeah, that's it. But I like Terrifier 2. I like Terrifier 3 too, also, but Terrifier 2 is still my favorite so far.
Well, I gotta say a little. I like college football. The only college football that I watch is University of Texas Longhorns. They got Arch Manning, Peyton Manning's nephew, I think. And we got high hopes for little Arch this year. The first game didn't go so well. They lost.
There is a sorry to interrupt you, sis, but there is a remake of Toxic Avenger which is a Troma film.
I remember
You
that.
guys, if you know, you know, Troma always made these really repulsive, disgusting, very, very low budget horror films. But Toxic Avenger is probably their best film. I still go back and watch Toxic Avenger. There was a damn cartoon series for kids with Toxic called Toxic. They had action
So
figures.
toxic.
That's how popular Toxic Avenger was. But anyway, Texas went. There's a remake with Peter Dinklage, the little guy playing Toxic Avenger. And Texas says he went to the theater last night and saw Toxic Avenger. Really enjoyed it. Kevin Bacon is the villain and was hilarious. But yeah, Kevin Bacon's in it. And it's Peter Dinklage playing Toxic Avenger. It's a remake.
Sounds good.
I would love to see it, but
Yeah, I like
and
anything Kevin Bacon's in.
Texas says hook 'em horns. So
Thank you. I started out like that and kind of ended up like that. But Arch did a little press up here at the local station in the last 3 days. Sorry, my blood sugar. And it said, and he said, "Okay, y'all. No, I didn't fold because there's so high expectations on me that I have to perform excellent in every game." And I didn't. And he said, "But we're still gonna show up. Okay, give us some grace, and we'll be back better than ever next game." And I'm thinking, I hope so, because I don't need a heart attack. I really don't. I'm screaming at the TV and trying to run up and down the hall and catch a pass. I got things to do. Okay, I've lost 9 pounds, Jay. I'm losing a little weight, and I'm staying on my low sodium diet. And yes, that's like walking through the edges of hell, figuring out what you can and can't eat and how much. So I have to keep a running. I can have no more than 2,000 milligrams of sodium a day. Okay, that's 1 teaspoon. I have to be so careful about what I eat. Okay, and I'm doing good. I chart it. Everything that goes into my mouth. I got me one of them whiteboards for school starting that they have pretty cheap at Walmart with the pen, and I chart it. Thank you, Texas. I can always tell in my waddle. No, in my clothes mainly. But I needed to, and I do a little walking the floor. No, I'll do a little dancing for exercise because I can't handle the heat. I can handle the heat. My lungs can't. I'm a severe asthmatic with a lung condition. Yeah, so I have to be careful with the heat. I'm gonna do after this stream. I'm gonna have to walk down, pay my rent. But I'm renewed for another year, Texas. So I'm here. I got an apartment. I know, right? And going through anybody that's in government housing authority, they're not paying all my rent. I have to pay some, but it goes by your income, right? And it's 30% of my income. So I'm blessed living on Social Security. I found a nice apartment to live in. And they are, man, if there's anything that you need maintenance to do, you call the office, they're too sweet. I'm like, dang, I should have waited till later. I don't want to have to put on clothes, but I do because I know maintenance is coming any minute, So I'm real blessed at where I'm at. And there is a man that lived across the parking lot from me that threatened my life because he thought I was videotaping him. And I wasn't. I really wasn't. I was sitting on my porch last March when it was cool. And I'm watching my granddaughter's program at school because it's just easier for them to do a live while she's in the program and me watch it than go, right? And so I got arms on my chair. And I'm watching it. And he thinks I'm recording him. He's out walking outside. And he starts cursing at me. And I'm like, and he kept saying, take my picture. About the 4th time he said, take my picture, I noticed he was coming towards the end of his sidewalk. Not in the parking lot yet. It's a cul-de-sac. But the end of his sidewalk, y'all, it scared the pudding wad diddy out of me. I'm not used to people I realized because he was using, okay, white bitch is what he's saying at me, hollering at me. And I'm thinking, what? What? I'm not. But guess what I did? I started recording him. Yeah, because I was scared not to. Well, I started recording him. I thought, well, okay, click over, record. And he ran and raved a couple of minutes pretty loud. And then he said, the last thing he said, y'all, is funny. I got to say it's funny. The last way to go, Texas, I'm telling you, I'm not that paying. I'm like, yes. Well, anyway, the last thing he said was, you'll lose before I do. Guess what? When they when the director renewed my housing, you y'all, you got to take in everything but blood. If they need a vial of blood, I'd bring them one of them too, for my renewal. All your banking, all your medical, it's everything, man. That's okay. That's what they got it. I always figure when somebody asks you for all that stuff, you got to keep in mind it's a business and they've got to answer to a lot more people. And we want to keep Washington happy so I can keep my housing, don't you know? Well, anyway, it's state federal funded, so I ain't out. Well, what had happened was, very first thing she said to me, she said, have you seen that guy over there anymore? Because I took the video and showed it to the main office. And the big head honcho come out and watched it. Yeah. Well, anyway, she said, have you seen that guy anymore? I said, no. She said, well, if you do, call us or call the police. He's been banned. He's banned from the property. You shouldn't see him, but if you do, get in touch with somebody immediately. And all you have to do, they did a trespass on him as well. With the sheriff's department. She said, so you call and tell them housing authority has to trespass and this guy is here. She said, because he's not even supposed to be on property. Well, the lady, he never did do no more, but I put 2 security cameras in my front window that faces out. And then I put mace on my keychain where I walk out because I have to walk right real close to their apartment to get my key, right? Come to find out, she lived there. He didn't. He didn't even have permission to be staying there, but he was. And then, but I don't tattle. I know I've been here in December, y'all be 2 years. I know 2 neighbors' names. Well, 3. That's it. I don't know none of these people. Don't want to know none of these people. I don't need nobody depending on me, and I ain't asking nobody for not a thing, don't you know? I am highly independent and stubborn. So I got this. But anyway, yeah, Texas, I just, if I still had my car, I'd come take you, me and you go get us some good barbecue sandwiches somewhere. But I don't have it no more.
Since you're talking about food, I'm going to do a taste test here.
I like your taste test.
This is Pop-Tarts Lemon Blueberry Crumble.
Huh. Sounds good. I like lemon stuff and I like blueberry stuff. Never had them together.
And that sounds great. I don't know if he's talking about this, but
no,
he may be talking about you, sis. But
yeah,
lemon blueberry crumble. So and
sis don't have a car no more, but that's okay. But that does sound good, Jay.
So
Jay could rent me a car for about a week. Man, the traveling I would do.
I'm going to cook one here. There's what it looks like. There's the frosting on it.
Do you actually always warm them up, or do you eat them cold?
Sometimes I put them in the freezer and I'll eat them frozen. In fact, that's what I did this morning. What I've been doing is making coffee in the evening, and then in the morning I pour it over ice and I have iced coffee.
Yeah, I do that sometimes in the afternoon. And people go, you can drink iced coffee at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, and I like to drink it after dinner.
I can't do that. No, I can't do coffee in the evenings because I'll go through the fucking roof.
I could drink a pot of coffee, Jay, at 10:30 and go to sleep.
No. Well, you're lucky. I can't do that. It would be nice to drink some coffee. I'd have to get me some decaf, just have the flavor. But no, oh goodness.
I cannot handle decaf. No, it's nasty. It's like something's missing. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm cooking the Pop Tart, the lemon blueberry crumble. But anyway, the Pop Tart sounds good. I tried the banana bread and they were great. Yes, I do like the banana bread.
Ooh, that sounds
I
good.
haven't seen them recently at the local Walmart or HEB, but I do like that banana bread Pop Tart. Yeah, and but yeah, this is, I guess it's fairly new. It's first I've heard of it, the lemon blueberry crumble. So. And what I want to know is what's crumble about it? What's crumbly about it? I don't get the crumble part. So, yeah, lemon blueberry crumble. So it's still cooking in the toaster. So, but it smells good. It's got a good smell to it. I'm smelling that. I'm smelling that. I actually smell blueberry and lemon.
Huh.
The as it's heating up, I can smell it.
I've never had a Pop Tart I didn't like.
Yeah, smells good.
I like their stuff. I saw they did a recall on Ding Dongs.
Oh yeah, what was wrong with the Ding Dongs?
I don't know. Hostess just had to recall them. I said, well, okay. They recall. There's a lot of stuff being recalled, and see, it can no longer be announced like it used to be. So, I follow a couple of people that announce it.
I'm going to eat the Pop-Tart, but at first I'm going to go pee. So let me go pee.
Oh my gosh, you're going to go pee?
Okay, so talk to the folks while I go pee.
Okay. I am about to start. I like true crime series. I like them. I think if I had decided I didn't want to go into marketing and sales, which did serve me well, through the years, helped me raise that kid, give her some education and whatnot, pay off a couple of vehicles. If I hadn't gone through that route of education, I would have got into criminology. To me, it's interesting the way people can be so devious, and it just I've got a warped sense of humor, and also I think the criminal science of it all is what fascinates me. Why it could be somebody like this guy that's going through transgender, that shot up that Catholic church school. Well, it was a church that had a school, first day of school, and killed two of them, an 8 and 10-year-old. His mind. He had a normal upbringing. Apparently, went through school there. His mom, I think, taught there at one time, and it's just you don't know. Is it environmental, or is it just something that happens to your brain?
Crumble is like an apple pie or something like that. Well,
yeah.
So, lemon blueberry crumble Pop-Tart, and this is it's speaking of crumble, it's actually starting to kind of break up, and so so let me try to be careful here.
As I say, don't let it hit the floor. Your floor's probably cleaner than mine. I need to mop.
I'll say this right off. This is different from any other Pop-Tart I've had, in that when you bite into it, it has a crumble kind of consistency.
Yeah.
It's crumblier than a regular Pop-Tart. At least this is.
Yeah.
It's kind of crumbly. The problem with that is it'll crumble in your hands and make a mess.
That don't matter. Is it can you taste both distinct flavors as you're eating it?
Let me get one more bite.
Okay. I like Jay's taste test.
Very good. I taste the blueberry. I taste the lemon. Now, is there anything real in here? It says naturally and artificially flavored. So at least there are some natural flavors in here. I don't know if one of them is blueberry or lemon, or two of them. Let's see. When you look at the damn ingredients, and it's like a damn book. That's that's kind of frightening.
Yeah. Well, you know what you're getting when you eat Pop Tarts. To me, that's like
It's got vitamin B2s in it. It's got some riboflavin and folic acid, corn syrup, and high fructose corn syrup, of course. So you had to be careful about such things. I know.
I couldn't eat none of that.
If we get down here, if I'm seeing any blueberry or lemon, blueberries, dried blueberries are in here.
See,
They're
there you
actually
go.
are some blueberries. Yeah. I'm not seeing lemon, and dried apples are in here.
There you go.
So there you go. There is some actual fruit in this Pop Tart. Apples and blueberries.
Well,
But yeah, it is crumbly,
mhm.
and it is lemony, and it is blueberry-y.
My grandson likes Pop Tarts okay. Yeah, Chef Jay. Hey, when I lived down there, while I was going through my divorce, Texas, and I lived at my uncle's place down there after he passed, took care of his old dog and had my little dog there. Jay would come over and he can cook. You know, he really would. And I said, you don't mean, no, I'll bring it. Just come get me, because he usually walked over there. It was about 4 miles, I guess. You'd walk over and walk home most of the time. But he said, no, I do it. I mean, he fixed me fish, and then he made me some kind of stir fry stuff on the stove, and he can cook.
That's the thing is, I can cook. I
Yeah,
just don't like to. I'm too lazy to cook. So that damn air fryer gets a lot of work because I just throw stuff in the air fryer. In fact, I've got a couple of chicken plank things in the refrigerator. That's what I'm probably going to have for supper tonight. I've already cooked them.
yeah. And I donated mine.
I'm lazy. I can cook. If you give me the ingredients, I can throw something pretty tasty together.
Yeah,
Within reason. There are some things that I don't know how to cook, but there's just, I can't. If you give me the ingredients and have the place for me to cook it, then I can.
throw together a good meal. I'm telling what. Yeah.
But I'm still working on the lemon blueberry crumble. It is crumbly. It is definitely crumbly. I like that aspect of it, although you got to be careful so they don't fall apart in your hands and fall on the floor and all that crap.
We have a genetic thing that we inherited from our father. After we eat a meal, we need something sweet. After we eat a meal, it don't have to be much. Uh-oh. There you go. You're freezing there for a minute. There you are. You're freezing every now and then a little bit. Last couple of minutes.
Am I okay now? I'm not noticing it on my end. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're okay now. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I enjoy cooking for others, but when it comes to me, I'll just open up a can of something. So yeah.
Yeah. My go-to was soup. Oh man, I love tomato soup with lots of pepper in it, the good kind of pepper, and like half a pack of crackers in it. I can't eat that anymore. I can't have soups. Sodium levels too high. But that's
Did
okay.
you ever, and I don't know if I ever did this. Maybe I did it once or twice. But it's supposed to be like in some areas, it's a thing to have tomato soup with a grilled cheese sandwich.
Everywhere. Yeah.
There's actually restaurants that specialize in soup and grilled cheese, tomato soup and grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's a good combination. I like the sound of it, but I don't know if I've ever done it. I probably have. But
Oh yeah. That's been around for like 50 years or restaurants would.
I like grilled cheese. I like I'm not crazy about tomato soup, but I like it all right. But
Yeah.
the combination actually sounds tasty. So.
Yeah. I've got something that I had to replace my after meal sweet. Right now, I eat one big meal a day, and then a little bit for dinner. Okay. Let me excuse me, y'all. My allergies are killing me. I get all stuffed up and I couldn't talk. Anyway, y'all know I like to talk. But anyway, I had to I had to brainstorm and find something that I could get at the Wally World, uh, aka Walmart, that is sweet but not too sweet that I could have after a meal. And I found Quaker Oats chocolate flavored with other natural flavors rice cakes. Chocolate. Wait, there it is. It has one cake is 60 calories. It has 40 milligrams of sodium, no cholesterol, no trans fat, no saturated fat, no polyunsaturated, no monounsaturated. Total sugar for one of the rice cakes, and they're pretty. There you go. It's about that wide. Anyway, is one has 12 grams of carbs. This is so good. This is no artificial flavors, but 10 grams whole grams per cake. So it gets my whole gram. It checks off a lot of boxes. Now, I also got the same one that's just the original with sea salt. Sea salt is better than regular salt, apparently, because it's low.
In my salt shaker, I've got sea salt, but it's iodized sea salt, so it gives you
Yeah.
the iodine. It gives you the iodine you need, but it's sea salt. So.
Right. And our bodies need salt. I mean, it's not like we don't need salt. The hamburger meat that I buy is at, what is it, 80, 40, lean. But it even has salt in it naturally. So, but that's what's helped me to not want cookie.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
to
this,
eat.
I went to the grocery store with Tommy, my neighbor, the other day. Went to Walmart, and they've got a section there that's like food that's marked down and all that. And I said, well, what the hell could I like, just to have something sweet or something to snack on? And it's a cereal, but it's s'mores loaded.
Ah, my food pantry was trying to give me a box of that, and I said,
And I'm already sugared up from the lemon
Yeah,
blueberry.
he
But I'm not gonna eat too much of this. But
Jay walks about.
eat out of the box. I like it with milk, but I also just like it just eat it out of the box just as a snack.
How many miles a day do you walk?
Lately I haven't been walking as much as I usually do because it's been hot.
Yeah, that's true.
But when it starts to cool off more, I'm going to walk more. But I still do my
Walk.
exercise.
He's a walker, y'all.
You know,
I wish I could do that.
The other exercises I do, but the walking I do in the evenings, and I usually just do like one lap, maybe 2 laps, because I was doing like 4 or 5 laps, but it needs to cool off though first.
Yeah, and
Here it is. Anyway, the s'mores loaded,
oh, there you go. Yeah,
and what it is, it's these like
little
and
pillows.
when you bite into them, they got a chocolate center,
Yeah,
and the outside kind of feels like a graham cracker, kind of tastes like a graham cracker, so it's got kind of a s'mores flavor to it.
oh yeah, I bet it's good.
Yeah.
I gotta just say no. I love it.
It's good snacking, but yeah, probably not for you. But
No, what's the salt content on it? Y'all know I can't eat ice cream because I've all of a sudden become lactose intolerant of ice cream, not of cheese. I love cheese. I like cheddar cheese.
It is 160 milligrams of sodium.
For
Um,
for what you're eating.
um, 1 cup.
Oh, that's not bad.
One cup
Normally,
of cereals, yeah.
no, that's not bad. Normally, it's like a fourth a cup. Okay.
And
Really?
the back of it says, "Living cereal rich."
Heck
And
yeah.
it says, "Show us your living cereal rich at livingloadedcereal.com." So I
There
don't
you
know
go.
what I'm supposed to show them eating the cereal. I guess I don't know, but anyway, yeah, it's the s'mores. But apparently, since it was discounted, I don't guess it's very popular. But I like it.
Well, now I go to that discount area, every store I go in. Well, I go to it, and sometimes it's just they're closing out that particular product. It's not that there's, it's not popular.
I had one of those loaded cereals before. It's called loaded cereals. I guess that's kind of a brand of cereal, the loaded cereal.
Yeah, I've seen them before. I've seen,
And but Texas has been on a honeycomb kick lately. I like honeycomb. Yeah.
I like honeycombs too.
I remember growing up, the commercials, the honeycomb hideout. Welcome to the honeycomb hideout. And it's kind of like a little tree house or a little shack, that kids would congregate in and eat honeycomb. And
Yeah.
the honeycomb hideout. So,
My favorite cereal, I guess, of all is Trix.
I like Trix.
Yeah.
I like Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
Yeah, I never could do neither one of those.
During Halloween time, they've got Frankenberry and Count Chocula and
Yeah.
Booberry. Not
Boo.
Blueberry. Booberry.
Boo.
It's a ghost. Booberry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And growing up, that's something that they've changed. Now, this s'more cereal is pretty sweet. But the stuff you grew up with, the Count Chocula, and but particularly the stuff that usually comes out around Halloween time. You used to just get it all the time. The Count Chocula and Frankenberry. Now you have to wait till Halloween time to get it. But I'll say this: I've bought all 3 cereals around Halloween time and have eaten them, and they're okay. But I remember back in the day, it would turn you up when you ate that shit. There was so much sugar in it. And now it tastes like maybe half of the sugar content. They've really lowered the sugar content. And you can tell it. It doesn't have the impact. It doesn't, it's all right, but it doesn't have near the sugar content that it used to have. And that's where, that's, and there's no more prizes. There used to be prizes. In every box of cereal, there was a prize. And there's no more prizes. Maybe there's a few exceptions.
Kids were choking on them or eating them, or they give a box of cereal to a 2-year-old.
There used to be prize, and some of them are really cool, like little cars and shit. I remember back in the day. I remember specifically, but I'm sure this was several instances where this was the case. But on the back of the box was a 45 RPM record.
I got that, yeah.
And a Jackson 5. I remember Jackson 5.
ABC.
You
cut it out,
and you could play it on your record.
I did. I own that.
And Jackson 5. And I'm trying to remember what the cereal was that had the Jackson 5 record, but I remember specifically getting
I don't know. Daddy bought it, so I brought it home. Yeah, he bought it and brought it home because he always liked kitschy stuff, He said, "Look, sis, this is some good cereal." He said, "Look, you're gonna get a record."
Yeah.
And I was like,
but it would have a record on the back. And you punched it out of the when you're done.
No, you had to cut it out and you had to be careful.
Well, yeah. And you could play it on your record player. It was a record, yeah. Yeah, Jackson 5. But I'm sure there's several other bands. They did probably the Monkees and things like that.
No, I don't think they may have, but I never heard of another one.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Jackson 5. I remember that specifically. And I remember getting that and playing it on my record player. And yeah, I don't know what the song was, but
ABC.
it might have been, yeah, it might have been ABC.
No, I'm telling you, I owned it. I was up in the teenage years when that came out.
Yeah. Let me say here, because we'll sort of wind down here pretty soon. We've done an hour. I'm in no big hurry.
I got a couple of things before you go.
But let me say, please, please, please. You see that little thumbs up down there? Hit that thumbs up, please. Yes, it makes a difference. You may think, well, no one cares if I give it a thumbs up. I care if you do. And the algorithm of YouTube cares if you do. It gets out there if you have thumbs up. So please hit that thumbs up. And
shout out to Texas's channel as well.
Yeah, let me Sam Gloves. Yeah, I'll try to find some gloves to put on for you, Sam, next time you join us. And Texas, Texas HXCX 1965. Born the year that's the year I was born. So Texas, when are you going to turn 60? Have you already turned 60, or are you going to turn 60? Because mine is in 9 days on the 12th. But when is your birthday, Texas? But anyway, go ahead, Kathy.
HBO. They have added See No Evil. It's a true crime series. They reveal how surveillance cameras have solved the deadliest crimes. I got to watch that. That's on my to watch. And then I found one. Jay and I both love documentaries. So this documentary I thought was kind of bizarre, but I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to watch it. I got an errand to run after the show here in a minute. But other than that, 6 schizophrenic brothers. The Galvin family reveals their story when 6 of their 12 siblings become schizophrenic at the same time, I think. They said it was scary. I'm thinking, well, I imagine so. Oh, yeah. So anyway, that's honorable mentions.
Texas turned 60 in April.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'm old, but I'm trying to improve my health little at a time. So my health is better, I hope, as long as I take care of myself. And I'm 69. I'll be 70 April 26, 2026, if I make it. And I plan to make it. I'm gonna try. So but thank you for having me, Jay. It's glad
thank you everybody that's joined us today and that will join us. And yeah, please hit that thumbs up, spread the word, let folks know if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Let us know. Any comments you want to make here later or now, like I say, we can hang on another 5 minutes, just see if any other comments that Texas has or anybody else. But no, certainly appreciate y'all. Glad to do a midday show. I haven't done that in a while.
No, we hadn't. I tell you, when you said, do you want to do it at 11, and I'm still drinking morning coffee because I stay up late and sleep in.
We've gone through this period where it's been raining just about or a chance of rain pretty much every day. So I just, I have to worry, is it going to storm or something like that? But today is clear, and it's not supposed to start storming again until Sunday.
It's cloudy here.
A small chance Saturday, but mainly Sunday. It's supposed to be the rainy day. So
it's cloudy here. And then also, if you don't mind, would you please, if you're not following Jay's channel, follow his channel, subscribe. It's free. And if you hit this subscribe and you go up to all and click the little bell, you'll get notifications when he's going to be live.
Yeah. So, I don't know when my next evening show is going to be. I'm still talking to Brandon, and online. And he sent Mormo the link for the last show. So I've been trying to contact Mormo directly. And I made a comment on one of his channel shows on his channel that I'm already a member, a friend with him on Instagram, but I don't know how often he checks Instagram.
Well, I never go over there. I
Not
go
on
over there.
Facebook. I gave him my email address, so I don't know. But I said, if you ever want me on your channel, I'd
Well,
love to, do
Here,
something.
here was the best way. Oh yeah, we're thrilled that you came and hung in with us, Texas.
And he says he has a watch party for Slacker tonight.
Oh, that's cute. Slacker is adorable.
Yeah, I like Slacker.
I hear. I've told you before, but the best way to contact anybody, especially that have channels like we do, the last stream he's done, make a comment there, because I go to Instagram about once a month, and you know what I'm saying? That's the best way to get in touch with anybody. I found out that streaming, if I have a question, and is their last stream, make a comment, because we get notified when comments are made. So you might want to reach out to him that way. I mean, it's the way you can wait till, I don't know, hell freezes over and you might hear from him.
But yeah, anybody that might want to join me on any streams, like they're doing the day like now, or the evening streams that I do with Brandon or Bormo or whoever, more the better. I can have, I think, up to 10 people at a time. So anybody that would want to join me, let me know, send a message, let me know how to contact you, and to send you links, or I could just put the link here in chat, for the people can join. So let me know. But yeah, thank you, sis. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Texas. Thank
you, Texas. Good to see you. You too, Sam.
We will see you guys soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.